Isolation near side. Fleming fires, looking for Harvey. He's got the pass. He holds on. Touchdown, FAMU. That's an 18-yard strike from Damian Fleming to Travis Harvey.
And Travis Harvey continues his outstanding play here early in the season.
Hit and drop. Woo! Looking to pass again. Round is got him. Sacked. Pulls it now. Shoots across the middle. Touchdown, FAMU! Right on the money, and the Rattlers are back. Flushed out of the pocket. Rattlers have a spot. Can we make the tackle? We do. Fires toward the end zone. This one is picked off. That's around the first down. Move those chains. Touchdown, FAMU. Down to the 5-yard line. Move those chains. It's a first down for Florida A&M. It's fired. It's picked off. The Rattlers with 45 seconds left have shut the door. Hello and welcome to the Coach Joe Taylor Show. I'm Keith Miles, your host, along with the head Rattler, Coach Joe Taylor. And Coach, Bragg Stadium proved to be just what the doctor ordered. The Rattlers came home for the first time this season in the home season opener against the Hampton Pirates.
Well, Keith, first of all, I just want to give a shout out and just say thank you to the community, the fans. They came out. They saw a very exciting ball game. It was good to be back home. And then again, whenever you can get a conference victory, that's always huge. We played well enough to win, but certainly there are a lot of things we can still improve on.
Yeah, close to 18,000, Coach, showed up for the home season opener. We had been encouraging Rattler fans to come and support the team, and certainly they did that tonight.
Well, it was obvious, and you know, these young men have been working hard, and certainly in the absence of the Marching 100, I thought that guys like yourself, the administration, really did a great job of putting together a plan. Mm-hmm. And the other part of that is, if you look in this community, there are a lot of people who are really enjoying a great life because of their experience here at FAMU. So it was good to see them come out. It was good to get a victory. Good to be home.
All right, Coach. 44-20, the Rattlers' big victory over the Hampton Pirates in the home season opener, and even more importantly, the first conference win of the 2012 season. We'll come back and take a look at first half highlights after this timeout on the Coach Joe Taylor Show.
I'm Mickey Clayton, Executive Director of the Rattler Booster Club. The Rattler Booster Club contributed $591,000 to the athletic department of Florida A&M University. Some of the things we were able to purchase this year was the Jumbotron, and we assisted with the scoreboard and the Al Lawson Center, and golf carts for our seasoned Rattler Booster supporters, pitching machine for the baseball team, the shooting machine for the basketball team. So the Rattler Booster program supports all athletic programs. Join the Booster Club. Call the Rattler Booster office at 850-224-6093. It's not.
You've been involved in an accident? You feel like today is going to be a bad day? You have headaches, neck pain, back pain? Well, call us here at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, where we have your neck and your back. Call me, Dr. Ways, at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab. We're located at 1711 South Gaston Street. Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, your local accident doctors. Call us at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, where you control your case. We got your neck and your back.
90.5, the Flavor Station, always represent that real hip hop and R&B. Sean D is in the building to that 7 o'clock hour.
Welcome back to the Coach Joe Taylor Show. Coach, a big victory. Rattlers came in 0-2, so did Hampton. But it was even more important because this was the first conference game of the season.
Well, again, we have been telling the players that I don't know if anybody in the country started off on the road back-to-back with the kind of competition that we did. And I thought we passed the test. We all know that in Nashville, we played well enough to win and did win, but it just didn't go our way. And then, of course, to go up in that magnitude of competition last week, it's going to benefit us as we go. Because when we did today return to MEAC play, we've had a chance with those 2 ball games to iron out some wrinkles, to get some personnel understood, and to get our concepts more razor sharp. So it was tough sledding early on, but we knew that those probably was going to be our 2 toughest opponents on our schedule.
All right, Coach, let's go to first half highlights. It was also Sports Hall of Fame weekend in Tallahassee, Coach, and the FAMU honored some new, the 37th class inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame. It was a beautiful day in Tallahassee. Great day for college football.
And we saw the young men that were inducted and shook their hands and let them know how much we were proud of them for being inducted. We started off, we wanted to kind of open up the offense a little bit. You know, we feel like we are explosive, so we're going to have to, and Coach Kershaw, he's doing a good job of really aligning our offensive scheme with our personnel, allowing the speed to kind of play out in space and make those defenders play well in space. 1 tackle miss and you got a big game. So again, we always script our first 15 plays, and to come out and go right down the field was huge because again, we feel like we are pretty, explosive.
Yeah, Travis Harvey, Coach, on that drive, big play after big play, take us right down, and he gets the first touchdown of the afternoon.
Yeah, start off with a little reverse there, then a couple of short routes. He's just getting. I'm really looking for him to have a great year. And he's one of those guys that you got to feel good for him because he's waited his turn.
All right, Hampton, no quit in Hampton, Coach. They certainly understood the magnitude of this ball game, and they came out and played tough too. And we missed our extra point. They go down and score and kick theirs, so it's 7-6 Hampton at this point.
Well, they had just hired a new offensive coordinator from Jackson State, and be honest with you, had a good scheme. I just still feel, though, that our energy level wasn't where it should have been. Thought we had to rotate too often. I don't know. And then we didn't tackle well at all. And I think this is one that they're going to bring back because they're saying that he pushed off. They both going for the football. But again, you keep playing.
Brandon Holdren, Coach, had another big afternoon. A great hang time tonight that prevented runbacks on the punts.
Well, in the off season, he really worked on his lower body, and you can tell he is awfully explosive. And we look for that all week in practice. It's amazing how much hang time he has on those punts, and that's a weapon because you're always changing field position whenever he comes out.
All right, Rattlers on defense, Coach. We gave up some big plays in this ball game, but at the end of the day, it was a good afternoon defensively, and Brandon Hepburn, Coach, just is off to a great start.
Yeah, at the last moment, we didn't know that Denmark was not going to be able to play until really time to, kick off. And it looked as though, because of a sinus drainage, his throat was sore. I thought we was going to go the distance here because he is 4'3", but again, he's explosive. Probably between Travis Harvey and him, they both run 4'3", and they're always trying to figure out who's the, fastest. But 4'3" is 4'3", and of course we allowed him to come on and finish it off because he had, I think there was like an 81-yard.
81 yards, that's right, Coach.
Run.
Yeah.
But again, they don't fold the tent. They keep fighting. As I said earlier, excuse me, he just got this guy from Jackson State. And he's, he got a real good scheme, and they don't take, they don't force things. They just take what they, what you give them. And then, like I said, we just really did not tackle well.
All right, here we go. Forcing Travis Champion out of the pocket, and that's Devon Roberts, Coach. He's been having some big plays this season also.
Yeah, but again, he's this guy, and when we go too high safeties, he's one of the too high guys. And I thought there were a couple of times he just purely misjudged the ball because in my mind, those should have been picks, but they end up being receptions for, Hampton. But take nothing away from them. I mean, their backs are against the wall, even though they really cannot win the conference, even if they were undefeated because of APR problems. but they didn't. Which means there was no pressure on them. So of course, they played very, very loose. Another touchdown here by Owens. I think he had 3 on the day. Yeah. But again, tremendous speed and the kind of things that we're doing with that zone, stress zone, is really great for his kind of skill set.
Yeah, Coach, in the post-game show, he credited the offensive line for really just opening up the lanes for him to run.
Yeah, well, again, great balance, and just get the guy off balance. And I don't know. Okay, I didn't see that official there because I didn't know if it was we didn't know whether or not to keep the offense out or bring in a field goal. But again, that I think was his 3rd touchdown. But again, we look to see that as the season go on.
23-10, Coach, at half. The Rattler offense, explosive. Defense giving up some big plays, but it's more of a bend, not break mode at this point in the football game. You could tell that the Rattlers were feeling good about being home.
Yeah, I just thought, though, that still the energy level was just a little low. And we did too much diving rather than running through ball carriers. It was just too much yard after contact. So we're going to have to go back to during our team period when we exchange scouts. The defense is going to have to just tackle. We can't just go up and just grab somebody. We got to get better at our tackling.
All right, it's halftime. FAMU and Hampton, big Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference matchup, and we'll come back and take a look at second half highlights after this time out of the Coach Joe Taylor Show.
The Rattler Booster program supports all athletic programs at the university. Join the Rattler Booster Club. It's not too late.
You've been involved in an accident? You feel like today is going to be a bad day? You have headaches, neck pain, back pain? Well, call us here at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, where we have your neck and your back. Call me, Dr. Ways, at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab. We're located at 1711 South Gaston Street. Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, your local accident doctors. Call us at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, where you control your case. We got your neck and your back.
Welcome back to the Coach Joe Taylor Show. Coach, 23-10 at the half, big game, big conference game, and I know in the locker room you challenged the players to finish it.
Yeah. Well, we knew going back out that we had to kick off, and we got 11 guys that was on that team, and we said, Vonador, now we need to have it in the end zone. Didn't quite make it there, but it was, about 2 to 5. And then I said, defense, we need to come out, and we need to tackle better and close those cover lanes. Well, that didn't happen. They came out and, believe me, went straight down the field and scored on 2 plays that to me looked like interceptions. But their guy was more aggressive, more competitive, and they scored in the first drive.
All right, Coach, let's go to second half highlights. The Rattlers kicking off to Hampton to start the second half, and you can see a good season opening crowd turned out to Bragg Stadium for this one. And here we go. The Pirates are going to go to work on offense. Travis Champion at quarterback, and this was Jeremiah Schwartz, coach, out of Orlando via Iowa State to Hampton. A powerful runner with deceptive speed.
Yes, big guy, powerful guy. But here again, this to me should have been a pick. 3 guys in the vicinity, nobody comes down with it, and you let one guy outdo you for the ball. And here again, to me, I thought that was at least a knockdown, if not a pick. and you know his guy comes up with it. Well, that's not the way you want to start a second half, and we just had told them I didn't think that was our defense at halftime, but take nothing away from Hampton. This guy, the offense coordinator, just got hired from Jackson State, and last year his offense led all of FCS in total offense. So there is a plan there, and this was a 4th down and 10, and we let them catch the ball down on the 5-yard line. But you know, we'll look at film, we'll get that corrected because you just can't let that happen to you.
All right, here we go, Damian. A big night for Damian, Coach. He threw 3 touchdown passes on the night, as well as a big ground night for James Owens.
Yeah, well, his favorite target, Linwood Lennon, is back. You know, he was suspended last week, but Monday, the NC2A off day, him and Lennon was out on the practice field. The only 2 guys on the whole team out there practicing, getting his timing down. So that's he's one of the guys that he looked for. It's just great. That's a touchdown there to Linwood. But it's just great that guys like Travis Harvey is coming and stepping up. But we knew what type of talent is at the table whenever you see Linwood Lennon.
Yeah, Linwood takes it in there for us. This is in the 4th quarter action and on that 4-yard pass from Damian. And boy, Coach, here we go. That's Dr. Hepburn. We like to call him Dr. Hepburn. And boy, he just had a tremendous night defensively. Yeah.
Well, Travis Harvey here, we know he was a quarterback in high school. He's just playing receiver for us. But if he throws the football, that's a touchdown. But, you know.
Adams and Felix there, Coach.
Yeah.
He got some good reps against Oklahoma, too. So certainly that has helped him step his game up.
Now, how is that not a touchdown? I don't know. Maybe he just didn't reach it out there. But he probably needed to have slid there. Now, we go in, but for some other reason, we got illegal participation. So that score comes off. And then we just going to try to throw a back shoulder. Probably should have just thrown the regular 9 route rather than the back shoulder. But we ended up not getting that touchdown. But here's Devin Roberts coming up with a big play.
That was a big play.
Finally showed that he does play defensive back. So we was glad to see that. Right. But here's Rocker. You know, those is a 1-2 punch with those guys.
And we thought that even though James scored the 3 touchdowns, Eddie certainly got some plays in.
Yeah, they, you know, good 1-2 punch. And he's got his speed. When we first got here, he was 4'8", but he's 4'5" now. So they both, they just perfect for what we do. And here's just a little fake off the lead.
Etheridge,
and they've kind of crowded the box. Great call by Coach Kershaw to kind of suck those secondary guys up and linebackers and throw over the top to our tight end.
Yeah, Mike Etheridge, Coach, is having a good year. Earlier in the highlights, we saw him make a big catch and just power his way to get the first down. So he's off to a great start.
Well, this is his 3rd year, and he's showing the maturity that we need to see. So we just look to see him continuously just getting better.
Yeah, 44-20, final score. The Rattlers defeat the Hampton Pirates. Coach, I know the guys were elated to get win number 1 on the 2012 season, but even more so because it was a big conference win.
Well, to be back home, and again, it is a conference ball game, and because the fans did come, it was important that they, you know, saw a good show. So overall, just a great evening for all of Rattler Nation.
All right, Coach, we're going to go to break and a whole lot more when we come back after this time out. Coach Joe Taylor Show. Stay with us.
You've been involved in an accident? You feel like today is going to be a bad day? You have headaches, neck pain, back pain? Well, call us here at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, where we have your neck and your back. Call me, Dr. Ways, at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab. We're located at 1711 South Gaston Street. Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, your local accident doctors. Call us at Tallahassee Accident and Rehab, where you control your case. We got your neck and your back.
I'm Mickey Clayton, Executive Director of the Rattler Booster Club. The Rattler Booster Club contributed $591,000 to the athletic department of Florida A&M University. Some of the things we were able to purchase this year was the Jumbotron, and we assisted with the scoreboard in the Al Lawson Center, and golf carts for our seasoned Rattler Booster supporters, pitching machine for the baseball team, the shooting machine for the basketball team. So the Rattler Booster program supports all athletic programs. Join the Booster Club. Call the Rattler Booster office at 850-224-6093. It's not too late.
90.5, the Flavor Station, always represent that real hip hop and R&B. Sean D is in the building to that 7 o'clock hour.
Welcome back to the Coach Joe Taylor Show. Let's take a look at this week's players of the game. Offensively, Coach James Owens, 11 carries, 157 yards, 3 touchdowns. His longest run, 81 yards, a 14.3 yard per run average against the Hampton Pirates. A big night for James Owens.
Yeah, and it's so good. He's been somewhat hampered. His hamstring has been a little tight. He pulled it just before two days started. And he's coming back around, and you can see he is legitimately a 4.3 40 guy. And he showed that tonight. And you feel good for him because last year he had to sit out, but he's back. He's a great contributor, not just as a running back, but also as our kickoff return guy.
Yeah. Defensively, Dr. Brandon Hepburn, 10 total tackles, 4 solos, 6 assists. Just another big night for Brandon. He is off to a great start.
Yeah, well, he's the leader. He gets everybody in the right places. He's the one that's reading alignments and kind of having a feel for tendencies and knowing, what's probably coming. So he's a grad student. He's our leader. He's intelligent. And the NFL is really looking at him.
All right, Coach. Special teams. Brandon Holdren, 3 punts, 127 yards, 42.3 yard per punt average. This longest one was 46, 2 inside the 20. Man, just a workhorse and a great weapon to have somebody like Brandon.
Well, he always changing field position. We know that those punts will not be returned because our cover guys are down in place, because when the ball comes down, it's giving our guys a chance to get to the return guy. But more importantly, it's not so much the change of field, which is important, but if we are not getting any return yardage, that's a big deal. And we had to improve on that from last week from Norman.
All right, Coach, we're going to come back and think about who's next. Those Delaware State Hornets in Dover and another big conference game. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more when the Coach Joe Taylor Show returns. But as we go to break, we'll take a look at final stats, and we'll also take a look at the MEAC scoreboard and a whole lot more when we come back after this timeout on the Coach Joe Taylor Show. Stay with us.
The Rattler Booster program supports all athletic programs at the university. Join the Rattler Booster Club. It's not too late. I'm Mickey Clayton, Executive Director of the Rattler Booster Club. The Rattler Booster Club contributed $591,000 to the athletic department of Florida A&M University. Some of the things we were able to purchase this year was the Jumbotron, and we assisted with the scoreboard in the Al Lawson Center, and golf carts for our seasoned Rattler Booster supporters, pitching machine for the baseball team, the shooting machine for the basketball team. So the Rattler Booster program supports all athletic programs. Join the Booster Club. Call the Rattler Booster office at 850-224-6093. It's not too late.
90.5, the Flavor Station, always represent that real hip hop and R&B. Sean D is in the building to that 7 o'clock hour.
Welcome back to Coach Joe Taylor Show. Coach, up next, the Rattlers back on the road, but in conference play. We go to Dover, Delaware to take on the pesky Delaware State Hornets. It's always kind of tough to play up in Dover, too. They are pretty formidable at home.
Yeah. Well, again, I'm really impressed with their scheme. We can expect to see a lot of balls in the air. They do throw it around. On defense, you're going to see an even front, kind of like a 4-3. And in fact, I think their wide receiver was a preseason offensive player.
Yeah.
So they do have a real strong passing attack, which right now certainly concerns us because we certainly got to do a better job than we did tonight if we hope to go up to Dover and be successful.
Yeah, Kermit Blunt is their head coach, and we're familiar with him, Coach, because he used to be at Winston-Salem. We played against him a couple of times. I even got some of his players to transfer to come to play for us. But he is an outstanding coach, and he's certainly going to have his team ready. He knows the importance of this next game.
Well, you can expect, as well as throwing, he's a run-first kind of guy. He played under Willie Jeffries, of course, and Everton Jones is a coordinator, and of course he's at Virginia State, kind of a disciple of Kershaw. So there's a lot of similarity there or commonality. But again, as you say, conference ball game. They are playing Cincinnati this week. I don't know what the score is. They went into today 1-1. They started the season with a big win over VMI.
That's right.
And then they came back and played Delaware, the University of Delaware, tough, but I thought they had some turnovers that served to be their demise in that game. So again, this is his second year. They've done a great job of recruiting. So we're going to have our hands full there, but again, conference ball game.
Yeah, it is a big conference ball game, and of course, we're going to go there and try to win number 2 to get to reach 500 on the young season and bring another conference win home. And of course, we hope you'll have you with us right here next week to see all of the highlights right here on the Coach Joe Taylor Show. We'll see you then.